All right, you guys kept asking me how to make a 2Slimey beat on the live. So we're at 156 BPM. And the main thing is like producing into distortion so you know what the distortion sounds like. So let's go to channel 1 here. Let's rename this. Let's call it beat mix. I spell mic. Whoops. And what we're going to do is take all these channels in the mixer, just hit control, highlight as many tracks as you guys need, right click and route to this track only. So now anything that we produce with is going to go through this channel. And now we can add a distortion unit. I'm going to use the BusyWorks Beats tape emulation plugin because this actually has different styles of saturation. So firstly, let's go to Poison. This is a slept on, where we at Poison. I have so many plugins. Poison from FL Studio, very slept on for melodies. The main thing is we have to decide, are we going to go with little truncated notes or more sustained notes? Okay, so let's go to presets, go to default. So if we want to hold sustained notes like stuff like that, then we don't need as much delay. But if we're doing little truncated notes, like, you're going to have to think to leave room for the delay. So let's start with the bass. And shout out to Noah, by the way. Let's record this. All right, my finger slipped there, but let's fix that. Let's quantize, hit Control Q. I'm going to make this a little bit grittier, and let's send it to the mixer, hit Control L. That's going to go into the tape emulation here. So by default, it's turned down 6 dB. Let's turn that up. Let's turn up the drive mode. This is where we get that crazy distorted sound. Now I'm going to turn down the output just so I don't blow my ears off. We have different modes here. If you switch this to triode, once we get into the bass tones, you guys are going to hear that more. And then pentode is very aggressive saturation. So I like the pentode bite. Let's pull this down 1 octave so you can hear more. So here's before. Here's after. It makes it a little bit more rounded. So now we know how loud that bass needs to be. Let's go to BusyWorks Beats Sampler. Let's start adding little tickle notes, and we're going to add delay and reverb to really thicken out the sound here. Let's go to the factory library. You guys can get this sampler for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/sampler. Let's use a mallet sound because they're naturally short. Turn up the volume. So now I'm just kind of doing a call and response with that. I'm going to go to a different pattern. However, I don't like to put everything on one pattern because it gets very messy. Let's go to pattern 2. So I'm adding. All right, so now we have that. Let's hit Control Q, quantize. Let's hit Control L, send it to the mixer. And now it has a whole different sound. That's its tape emulation. So because this track is so loud, I'm going to turn it down just so I don't. Alright, now let's find some drums before we start adding any more melody because drums are going to eat up a lot of space. Let's even use the 808, Spins 808. Let's turn the metro on. Here you guys can hear where that bass clashes. I forgot we were using a bass. We probably don't even need an 808. Now, the way they use 808s, they use like a pitch dive. You guys can go to pre-computed effects and you could turn up what's called the pogo mode. This will create a pitch bend. So we're going to use the 808 more as a sound effect than a bass. Okay, just more as like a percussion almost. All right, so it's more again like almost like an 8-bit percussion if I had to like quantify it as something. So you guys can see we don't have much room to really add anything. That's why these tracks get so distorted. Now let's start with the snare, because adding more bass is just going to destroy this thing. Now we can add like bouncy snares. So think tresillo. So 1, 2, 3. Like I don't know why I said 3. I meant to say 1, 2, 3, C, O, like that. So basically it's 3C. And we can get fancy and add snare rolls in here. There's no like right or wrong. Personally, I'm just gonna add a little snare roll, turn the velocity down. All right, let's add these snares all the way through. Now somehow we got to figure out how to put a kick in here. I don't know if that's gonna fit. Let's go back to Poison. Let's mess with the filter so we can buy a little bit of headroom. I have no idea what this kick's gonna sound like through this saturation, but let's try it. It may sound crazy, it may not. Let's just turn it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we're trying to be less random. Now that kick, it can barely fit in this mix. It's just like folding. So I'm not sure we can fit this in it. Now in their style, what I might do is swap out this pattern 1 with an 808. That's what I might do. So instead of a kick, because it's just the transient won't exist anyway. So let's see if we can fit, instead of that, let's see if we can squeeze that 808 in there. This may or may not. And I'll show you guys how they widen the sound and everything. Let's just, actually I forgot that one's the pitch bend. So let's clone this, take off the pogo effect under the pre-computed effects. Let's right click. Now there's different stereo delays. So that's how they get that wide effect. You turn up stereo delay. And we're not going to do that for every 808, so let's just start with a normal one. And let's create a new bass line. Now let me go back, turn the metronome on. See that Pinto just like completely just shreds the sound. All right, let's quantize those notes. I'm debating if I want the bell though, because it just adds a little too much distortion. Let's add another Poison. Let's see if we can. I feel like something in here sounded like it was a kick somewhere. Oh, that's the 808. Okay, let's get rid of this 808 then. I thought it was the bell, it was the 808. Still distorted though. Let's pull it up an octave, see if that fixes it. If not, we're not gonna obsess about the bell. So I like the bells is crazy high up. That's because it's an FM synthesis bell, so it has all these like dissonant notes in there. So let's turn this down. I do like the sound, debating how, let's do alternative pan inside the sampler so it goes left and right. like the randomness of it. Let's see if we add reverb, what that sounds like. I feel like it's just like, let's use a different sound. I think it's just the way the sound is built. So this distortion, man, it eats up so much headroom. So let's just take that out. See if we can fit hi-hats in here. Hopefully these don't fall apart. Let's just add steady hi-hats. I'm just trying to hear what they sound like. Wow, that sounds crazy. So it's almost like sounds become amplitude modulation because everything's going into the pentode. So when it hits the transient into that squarified tone, it's like going the opposite direction. So it's almost like sounds are the anti-sounds. It's weird. Crazy how kids came up with this sound. Let's add a little hi-hat roll. I'll try to pull back some of the high frequencies, however, so that everything is not trying to... So just shaping off high frequencies can make it more tame going through that distortion. So let's say I want to make one of these notes wide. So let's do one of these end notes. We're going to duplicate this in the channel rack. We're going to duplicate it, hit Control C, Control V, and just decide where you want the note to be different. So at the end here, I want these notes to be different. And maybe when it goes up a little bit, then back down, and then back at the end. So I'm going to use ghost channels. If you guys don't see this, go to the piano roll options, go to view, go to ghost channels so I can see which notes are overlapping. I'm going to go back to the original 808 and just take out the notes there so that we're only leaving the notes. And I think these two, okay, so everything else, hopefully you guys know what I'm saying. Basically, when the 808 plays normal. When the other 808 plays, I don't want the original 808 to play. We're going to go to the second 808, go to pre-computed effects, turn up stereo delay. All right, so I did that on the wrong 808. So I don't even know which channel. You know what? I put it in the snare channel. That's why. I meant to clone the 808. I was wondering why the 808. Anyway, so now I fixed it. Let's go here. Add that stereo delay. We can even add more pre-computed effects if we want. So see that last note overlapped? We got to fix that. So what happened, I think, is that one 808 kept playing and ringing out. So we need to add another note here and turn the velocity down to 0. That will make sure the 808 doesn't ring out past a certain point. Let's start messing with the sound of the tape. So transformer is going to give us even more headroom. A flatter dynamic, but curious what that would sound like. We also have trial mode. It's a little more like bubbly sounding. It's more of like a Playboy Cardi type rumble. So we got to fix whatever overlap is happening. I mean, personally, I like this tone. It's a little less distorted, but if you guys are going for really distorted, we can switch it back to pentode mode. It's not a fan of this much distortion, but I know it's their sound. It's just a little, I don't know. Add more sounds from the sampler. Thing about the style is that the vocals are definitely mixed differently than the beat, because the beat has like zero headroom, so anything that eats up that headroom, it's half impossible to add another instrument, or else the whole track just folds apart. So this is where just a vocal melody would be on a separate channel. And let me figure out what key we're even in. E flat minor, okay, which is a soul scale, funny enough. And let's add this to auto. Let's add this to a vocal channel. Now I'm not going to say anything important in this vocal. As you guys know, the vocals aren't, the lyrics I should say, aren't the most important thing. So let's go to E flat minor. I'm just going to use my booth mic to see if we can fit this vocal style over this track. So we're in E flat minor, and we're not going to mess with the format and all that. You can mess with that. There's another plugin when you guys record called Micro Shift. And this is from Sound Toys, I think. So Micro Shift. This is going to add that chorusy type of sound. And we could turn down the mix level or just turn up the focus a little bit. All right. Then we're going to, I don't even think this track has room for reverb. So I'm going to create a track outside of the beat mix. Okay. So for the vocal reverb, because again, this beat is just has so little headroom that putting a vocal in it would just sound like crunchy and distorted. But I do want some instruments that don't get crunched into the mix. So before we even get to the vocal, let me turn on my preamp. And before we get to the vocal, let's see if we can add some instruments over top this track without it going through that distortion. That's just me adding instruments to it from my ear. It just needs some contrast, but that's just my ear. You guys don't have to do that. We can even add more instruments in here. Now the thing is, we're gonna have to go to the mixer and unroute all these channels, send them back to the master so that they're not going through that distortion unit. So now let's add a little more musicality over top just so my ear can latch on to something musical. Again, I'm adding my touch at this point, so this is just my style. Let's add this. Again, these sounds come free in the sampler, busyworksbeats.com/sampler. The tape emulation is only going to be free till tomorrow, so go to busyworksbeats.com/tape to grab that. So now we got that. We could turn it down later. I just wanted to add that in because for my my style, I need musicality in it, not just everything distorted. And now we can go to the booth mic and try out some of the microphone ideas. Let me set up the vocal chain. I forgot a couple things. So firstly, we have auto tune. We're going to start off with a FabFilter Pro G and put this on vocal mode so that it doesn't pick up background noise. That usually goes first, then auto tune. Actually, auto tune can go first, then FabFilter Pro G, then Pro C2. This is a compressor we're just going to slap on and put this on vocal mode under style. Go to vocal, should be good enough. And microshift comes after everything. All right, so now we should get this a wide tone. Forgot to mention, we need to turn the beat down so we could actually hear the vocal. Check, check. Mic check. Mic check, check. So now we can hear the auto tone. It's a little delay though. Mic check. Check. So we could mess with format filters as well. You guys can mess with different plugins like a little Alter Boy, Auto-Tune's format filter. There's different options, but there is a delay. I'm trying to figure out what plugin could be causing the delay. So I'm just gonna mumble. So at this point, you guys got to just be creative. I'm just going to mumble random stuff. We're not going to make any sense of the vocal recording here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier ain't late, let the friends out of me. Hide in the plane, but you know I'm on a trip. Blowing on the train, trying to get you over me. And I'm going insane when you know that I'm with me. Yeah, 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 that she over me. Yeah, 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 say she over me. Yeah, 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 say she over me. When the top is over me, but I'm cool and so it's me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me. Yeah, yeah. Say she over me, but I'm hiding in the plane and I'm going out with you. Yeah, yeah.
That's what a little compression and auto tune and reverb can give you guys. So let's just turn the reverb down just a little bit though.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier ain't late, let the friends out of me. Hide in the plane, but you know I'm on a trip. Blowing on the train, trying to get you over me. And I'm going insane when you know that I'm with me. Yeah, 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 that she over me. Yeah, 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 say she over me. Yeah, 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 say she over me. When the top is over me, but I'm cool and so it's me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me. Yeah, yeah. Say she over me, yeah, yeah. Say she over me, but I'm hiding in the plane and I'm going out with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
My bad, I must have overlapped the 808. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's see what it sounds like with different bounces, because I realized the bounce in the beginning was different than the second half. I'm also going to up the buffer length.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier ain't late, let the friends out of me. Hide in the plane, but you know I'm on a trip. Blowing on the train, trying to get you over me. And I'm going insane when you know that I'm with me. Yeah, 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 that she over me. Yeah, 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 say she over me. Yeah, 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 say she over me. When the top is over me, but I'm cool and so it's me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me, but I'm hiding in the plane and I'm going out with you. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier ain't late, let the friends out of me. Hide in the plane, but you know I'm on a trip. Blowing on the train, trying to get you over me.
So let me add a little formant filter. So I add a little alto boy and just turn the formant down a little bit. right, so let's listen to it before. Here's before.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cartier lane with the friends I made. Hide in the plane, but you know I'm on a train. Going on a train, trying to get you over me. And I'm always saying when you know that it was me. Yeah, 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 that she over me. Yeah, 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 said she over me. Yeah, 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 say she over me. When the time is over me, but I'm cool, it's always me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me. Yeah, yeah, say she over me. Yeah, yeah.
Now let's turn the mixing back in. All right, so if you guys want the project files for free, just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio to grab these project files for free. Shout out to Noah, shout out to 2Slimey. All right, thank you guys for watching. Peace. Subscribe if you're new. If you want to learn how to make beats like the pros, go to busyworksbeats.com/premium. And if you want that sampler plugin we were messing with, go to busyworksbeats.com/sampler. If I remember, all the links will be below. Peace out, guys.